Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and in this video, we're looking at the Traska Summiteer version 2 versus the Traska Commuter. Unfortunately, I don't have them both in a black dial, but we'll work with what we have here. The Traska Commuter has the Glacier white dial, and the Traska Summiteer has the charcoal black dial. Now, of course, they do have some similarities as they're, watches from the same company. The case shape is very similar. The Summiteer is slightly larger though. Summiteer has a 39mm case versus a 36.5mm case on the Commuter. They both have this box dome sapphire crystal. That's a double dome crystal with AR coating applied to the underside. The Commuter does have applied indices. The logo on both is printed. This also does have a boxed-in date window. The Summiteer does not have a date window. Both have a signed crown. Both have a mixture of polished and brushed surfaces. It is mostly a brushed case, and the bracelet is entirely brushed, except for the beveled edge on the clasp here. They both do have the same clasp and the same bracelet. They both have, it's pretty much just a sterile case back, but it does have some printing on here. For example, stainless steel 316L, Traska, 100 meter, and they are both individually serialized, and this says Commuter on the back of this one. Same bracelet as I mentioned, solid end link, solid bracelet links, milled clasp with a little bit of perlage here, and the clasp itself is stamped. It does have a nice engraved logo on here. And then the case and bracelet does have the scratch resistant coating. I don't remember the exact Vickers hardness number or Rockwell, but I believe it's 5 times more scratch resistant, or maybe even 10 times more than standard stainless steel. Not that I've worn these watches a bunch, but I don't see any marks on them from anywhere. Also, the bezel does have a bit of a polished surface there going around the perimeter of the ring there. The bezel does overhang the case a little bit on the Commuter, and not as much on the Summiteer, my left hand here. So I really like both of these watches. I would have a hard time picking among them. I mean, I guess I kind of did because I have sold the Commuter. I'm sure I'll regret it, but I just simply can't keep all these watches. I'll probably be selling the Summiteer eventually too, but I prefer the Summiteer a little bit more because it's a tad bit larger. We'll look at these both on wrist towards the end of the video. So anyway, dimensions, I already mentioned the diameter, 36.5, 39. Lug to lug on the Summiteer is 46. Lug to lug on the Commuter is 44. Thickness on the Commuter is 11. Thickness on the Summiteer is 11.3. Knocked one of my Petoskey stones out of the jar tray here. Anyway, crown size on the Summiteer, we're looking at 6.3. Crown size on the Commuter, we're looking at 5.8, which is a tad bit small. This one's a pretty good size. Both, of course, do have drilled lugs. Definitely makes changing the straps easier, but the bracelets on both of these, well, again, it's the same bracelet. The bracelet on these is so good, I really wouldn't take it off the bracelet, and I haven't. So the bracelet does taper down from 20 down to 16. 4 micro adjust on both, obviously. 100 meter water resistance. So the movements are the Miyota 9000 series. This one has the 9039, which is a true no date movement. And this one has the 9019, which of course has a date. 8 beats per second, hacking and hand winding. So I'll show you on this one here, which does have a true no date movement. It will not have the ghost date position. So I'm unscrewing the crown right now. Popped out quite nicely. Sorry. And now we're in the winding position. So we're winding up the mainspring to give the watch more power reserve. Now pull it out to this position and the second hand stops. So that's hacking. And then we can change the time. No date to change. So the Summiteer is $550. The Commuter is $565. All right, let's get both of these on wrist. Sorry, just looking at both of these again. So this one does have a nice, it's called Glacier White. Kind of reminds me of a pearlescent paint. Hopefully that's coming through on the camera. It's a very neat paint color on this dial. And then the Summiteer, just everything's painted on, but the dial is dished out in the middle there. So that is kind of a neat feature. I'm assuming this will have better lume. I know the lume has been updated on the version 2 Summiteer versus the version 1. Not sure how it'll compare against the Commuter, but I'm going to guess the Summiteer will have better lume. But we'll see that in a little bit here. I do like how the crystal kind of distorts the numbers here. Looks pretty neat. It looks similar to plexiglass, but not quite the same. So anyway, let's get these on wrist. Again, I have a 6.5 inch wrist and a 52 millimeter wrist span. So this one here, we're looking at 46 millimeter. You have to let me know which one looks better on my wrist. I was trying to get used to a 36 millimeter watch because I was really interested in getting a Rolex Explorer. I think it's 124270. I've already forgot the model number because I'm kind of moving on past that and trying to acquire a different Rolex. I would like to get one eventually. Just try it out for a while. So anyway, 39 diameter. Yeah, 46 lug to lug. All right, so I will zoom out here for a little bit different perspective. And then we'll switch over to the Commuter. So, yeah, I've been trying to get one of these for a while. I finally was able to pick one up used. But these watches are nice to buy used because they have the scratch resistant coating. They look like new for a long time. Definitely a good feature. Only negative is some folks don't like the way these the stainless steel looks because it doesn't look like stainless steel. Looks kind of similar to titanium in a way, but I don't mind the color of this watch. Just using the SKX for a color comparison here. Here it is for a quick size comparison. All right, let's get the Commuter on wrist. Yeah, very nice watch. But I can't keep them all. So there we go. You know, it doesn't look too small on my wrist on video. The white dial definitely is playing tricks on the size of the watch. It looks larger than what it actually is, I think. So anyway, let's zoom in. Nice and thin, very wearable. Definitely would make a very easy all-day, everyday watch. Wear it for many occasions. 100 meter water resistant. You don't have to worry about damaging the watch. It looks plenty dressy enough. All right, we'll pause the video and be right back with the loom. All right, so obviously we have the Commuter on the left here, and the Summiteer is on the right. Loom on the Summiteer is definitely better than the loom on the Commuter, which makes sense. I would consider the Summiteer a field watch, and the Commuter is more of a dress watch in my mind. The color of the hands on both is more of a bluish color, and then the indices on both of them is more of a greenish color. Well, at least it is when I hit it with the UV light. It kind of looks like it by eye here as well. You can see the loom very easily on the second hand of the Summiteer. I don't think it's loomed on the Commuter. Let's hit it with the UV light once more. Yeah, no loom on the Commuter second hand. So if you have not subscribed, I would appreciate it if you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Like the video if you've liked it, and leave a comment below. Let me know which of these two watches you would choose. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.